Hey everybody, it's Megan Hill here, and I'm going to do a quick demonstration on how I put on my foundation and how I prep my skin for that. So first things first, I already washed my face, put on my moisturizer. I'm going to start out with MAC Cosmetics Fast Response Eye Cream. It looks like this. It's a caffeine, yeast, and silicone blend. It helps smooth out any texture in the skin. It helps, if you have a blemish that you want to kind of hide, it helps calm that's dry and you need something on top of it to help hide it and smooth it out. This product is great for that. So the caffeine really helps smooth the skin. The next thing is my skin is very oily, so I tend, and especially in the Texas heat, so I tend to always use something to kind of counteract that. I'm currently using Maron Touch Up Anti-Shine, and it's basically a tube of silicone, and it's going to help kind of absorb any oil, and it's great because I can actually put it on top of my makeup as well. I always put it on my T-zone here where I get really oily, and a little goes a long way with this as well. So put it on. It comes out like a cream, and just make sure you have it blended really well. I tend to use my fingers, my hands a lot in the beginning process of this, but so as long as your hands are clean, feel free to do that. Your hands are great tools to really get the product worked in to your face well. So I don't always conceal first before I put on my foundation. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It just kind of depends. But I am going to do that first today, and there's in certain areas, so like around my eyes, around my nose. I tend to just use my finger first. This product is actually the Maron Celebre Pro foundation. It's a cream makeup, and I'm just going to get a little bit on the tip of my finger. I always tend to use this same finger, my middle finger. I feel like I get the lightest touch out of that. So, to each their own, whatever works for you. If you like the control with a brush, you can certainly do that as well. So I like to just kind of, a little goes a long way with this, but because I put that fast response cream on first, this blends really smooth. So you can see how it just really takes out the red and is automatically just smoothing out my skin tone there. And then I always kind of take it up right under the brow, not all the way down onto my lid, because I'm actually going to use an eye base for the lid, which is going to hold better than just foundation. So do that, and then around the crease in my nose. And the reason I'm using this is actually it's a different shade than the foundation I'm going to use. And I like that in these areas because it kind of highlights a little bit. So that's that. You can see how it's cleared up. I actually use a combination of two different colors, and it's a brand called Temp2. It's actually their airbrush formula, so it's a silicone-based makeup. Again, the silicone helps give a slip to the skin. It helps create a barrier between the skin and the makeup, so that it's going to last longer and help just everything hold better. So the two colors that I have are number 4 and number 6, so you can see that one is a lot darker than the other. And I think it's great for every woman to have different shades of foundations in their makeup collection, because our skin is always changing. Sometimes we're in the sun a lot, we get some color, just different times of the year, different seasons, we need different options. So, and it's great because I can customize my own shade. So my face is a lot lighter than the rest of my body because I definitely don't tan my face. So I'm actually going to mix these two together, and I'm just going to do it on the back of my hand, and then I am going to use a really great blending brush so that I actually get an airbrushed finish with this. So I literally put it like that. It's dripping off. And I'm going to take this brush, which it looks like it would be a powder brush, but I actually love the bristles on this because it helps give me that airbrush finish. So I'm just going to actually blend it all together, like on my hand like that. So I have a little bit on my brush here. And then I like to start on my cheeks towards my jawline and my hairline, and then kind of blend it in a circular motion, kind of work along the same lines of the face, and just keep blending and blending until it's kind of just set in and dried. This foundation, the formula, I love. It's really easy to work with. It's also great if you just want a really light coverage, and you can sheer it out with a moisturizer as well. So I'm just gonna get the rest that's on my hand here and just work it on the other side as well. And just kind of blend the excess up onto my forehead and then down onto my nose. And since I already did that concealer, it's actually a foundation, but I used it as a concealer. I already used that around the eye here. I can just kind of blend up into that with this product. So, and it's okay if I didn't get the right when I mix the two shades. Like my face still looks a little bit lighter than like my shoulder, my neck, my chest area. Um, but I tend to just do a lot of bronzer and contouring, so I can always go back and correct that with those kinds of products. My favorite powder in the whole wide world is corn silk. You might know it. Your grandmother might have used it. Your mother might have used it. You'll probably recognize the smell if you can find it. They actually discontinued it. I bought everything I could find on eBay once I learned it was discontinued. So anyway, I like to take a small brush first. It's actually more of an eyeshadow brush. It's fluffy, but it's small. So I have the powder on the end, and this powder is just translucent. I actually already took the lid off, so it's kind of messy, but you can't see, it's just plain packaging. But and this way I have a lot more control. So I go over first that area I did under my eye and just work it in. I tend to get a lot of excess powder in this part just because I want it to be really set, and then I can always blend any excess onto my face and then work around my nose. Any small areas that I just want to make sure there's, no shine and no, not a, dewy finish there. And then I take a larger brush, powder brush again, and I get some product on that, some powder. And then I tend to kind of just start here, work it around. Just a light dusting. This powder is really great. It's just translucent and it's light. It has a little bit of mica in it, which is actually just like a little bit of like reflective pigment, but it's not a lot. It's not shiny. It's not going to make you look oily or shiny if you are worried about that. So done. My skin tone's all even. Love this stuff. So next thing I'm going to do, just to create some contour, and like I said, because my skin is still lighter, I'm going to use a bronzer. This is actually from a company called Zen Tan. They make amazing tanning products and just lotions and things like that you can do it yourself. You can find them. I know you can find them at Neiman's for sure, Neiman Marcus. But they actually make a bronzer, and I really like it because the color is just on point. It doesn't really have a lot of shine to it. This is what the packaging looks like. It's pretty basic too. And I go and I use kind of a large powder brush. It has a bit of a tapered end, so I get a lot of control with that. So I'm just going to kind of get it on both sides, the product, and on the end as well. And again, I start here at the hairline and work my way into the face. And I do it pretty fast, so bear with me. Hopefully you'll follow this, but it might look kind of crazy, but I just work this way and I'm back and forth. So I'm using both sides of the brush, and then I go and I blend it onto my forehead and around just the perimeter of the face. I always tell people to think about bronzer as a 3. So the number 3. So you go forehead, around cheekbone, down jawline. Also, you don't want to forget the ears or any other place. Maybe you're a little bit on the nose, any place that maybe the sun would naturally hit you. You have some natural contour. So same thing on this side. I kind of just back and forth, and then I do a circle, and I just kind of blend it till it's just blend, blend, blend. That's my motto, is blend. And it doesn't look good unless it's blended. I kind of contour my nose a little bit, so I do on the sides, kind of concentrate it in certain areas. So yeah, a little on my chin, down on the jawline. Make sure you blend your foundation down onto your neck a little bit. You want to make sure that your face and your neck match. So if you're going out and you're testing foundation somewhere at a department store, carry a mirror with you so that you can put the foundation on and then you can go walk outside in the natural light and see what it really looks like in the real light. Because a lot of times department stores really don't have great lighting. And then you think, oh, I look great, and then you go home or you go outside, and then you're like, oh, it looks completely different. So you can tell a big difference already, just what that did with this bronzer, just in those specific areas. And it depends on the look that I'm going for. I mean, sometimes I may put a little bit more concentrated on the cheeks or, elsewhere, but this is just really basic, like this. Um, so yeah, so that is basics of my concealer and foundation and prepping the skin that way. So hope you enjoyed it. Hope it helped you if you needed some tips. So have a great day. Bye.